How y'all doing?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And always excited to see your shining, beautiful face.
It's my pleasure. I like hanging out with y'all. It's fun.
We try. We try to make it fun. Um, we are so thankful you're here. We're thankful that you are joining us for the first ATG Live of the year.
Of all time.
We're going to get to the High Republic because that's your area, that's your side of the street. We know that that's important, and we definitely want to hear that. But before we get to that, it is 2024. There has been a boatload of news, but also things that we kind of know are on the horizon this year, whether it's Bad Batch, whether it's Skeleton Crew, Acolyte. Tell us, Krystina, as a Star Wars fan, what are you most looking forward to in 2024, High Republic aside?
Oh, well, it's not
Well,
technically High Republic aside. It's the Acolyte, and I'm very, very excited about it because I'm going to keep saying this. Like, Leslie Headland grew up writing Star Wars fan fiction. Like, this is a person who has been dead. Like, her basis is in the EU. She's
Right.
a diehard. And so to see and to know how kind of just steadfast a person that she is, I think it's gonna be really good. I'm really excited about it. I'm also excited about this next part of Young Jedi Adventures because the trailer was really good. And yes, I understand it's a toddler show, but my excuse, I have 2 toddlers, so I can watch whatever I want to.
That's
And
right.
I will
then I got to figure out an excuse for me. I could be like, well, my 11-year-old son he likes the kiddie cartoon. No, he won't. I know he won't sit with that with me. I'll just watch it. I don't care. I'm a
Just
Star
roll
Wars
with it,
fan.
I was
man.
gonna say,
just watch the show.
Yeah, just roll
At
with
this
it,
Watch
point, we
the
have
show.
at this point we have friends who have written episodes of it. We have no excuse not to just watch it.
This is true.
It's good
This
stuff.
is
And for Critical Role fans, you also get to see that. Oh my gosh, my brain just completely blanked. But Liam O'Brien is playing the Jedi Master, and I thought that was really cool. So, also fun fact. Oh, hold on, can I do the thing with my brain real quick?
Of course,
sure.
of course.
Okay. So you have Liam O'Brien, who's on Critical Role, and then you have the show the voice director for that show is Eden Regal, who used to be on All My Children and was great. Her name was Bianca, was her character, and she was the daughter of Erica Kane. It was great because she had one of the first coming out stories in all of like daytime television. So bringing that back around, Eden Regal is the sister of Sam Regal, who is also on Critical Role. But Sam Regal is married to Killian Tran, who is the cinematic director, the director of cinematography for Ahsoka.
It's
See,
what
it's 6 degrees of Star Wars with Krystina Arielle.
What I
We
want,
don't need Kevin
Krystina.
Bacon.
I let me. I know you don't need to listen to our recommendation, but what you need to do, you need to bring it to the High Republic show with like the board, like from Always Sunny, and just be like, here's what's
Yeah, with the
happening. This
strings.
connection with
Yep.
this
Let's
one,
connect
the
this.
string.
I mean, if you ever listen to the timeline, that's basically what I'm doing. And I'm like, can I say that a little bit faster? And they're like, no one is going to understand what you're saying. I'm like, but they will.
Before I know Chris has a question coming up, but before, because I want to just mention what you said about Headland having written Star Wars fan fiction. There's a lot of rumblings and grumblings right now in the fandom around women in Star Wars, because there's always is, and I won't go into that. But I know so many of the women fans that we're friends with, they started either reading or writing Star Wars fan fiction, and it's so important. I got back into the Star Wars social media space by writing a fan fiction novelization of the Phantom Menace. So like, people who love Star Wars should be there making Star Wars. So I just love that point that you made.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I mean, I'm not going to do the thing, but I'm going to say that you have to have people spending money to make things go on, and women buy lots of merchandise and things. Yes, we all do. We all do. But like, fandom on Tumblr is a very female-led place. Just saying. But let people like what they like. You don't get to qualify or quantify what someone's fandom is. That's not for you. You are not with them. It's like you weren't with me shooting in the gym. You're not with me reading my books. You're not with me reading the comics. You're not with me hiding in the library because you have social anxiety and you don't want to walk into the cafeteria. But there's a wonderful lady named Miss Sonia Boyd who lets you hide and read and lets you work on the teleprompter and read books and have somewhere to go. Like, trauma is not uniquely yours.
Yep. For sure.
And I think it's important to realize that you had this experience and you had that feeling of left out. So why take that feeling and put it onto someone else? Why try to create a sense of not belonging when this hole that you have, that you filled with this thing that we've all come to love? Why not let that be a place of love? Why not let that be a place of welcoming? Let that be a place where you say, hey, there's room for you here. We all love this thing. This thing continues for this amount of time, for this many years, to carry on to generations, to now get to sit with my son and watch Young Jedi Adventures. Those things happen because people care and they love, and it grows, and we invest ourselves, we invest our hearts, and you don't get to decide how much of someone's heart is in something. That's not your place. You enjoy your thing and just keep it moving.
100%.
And that's what we call common sense, everyone.
It's a lost art. All right.
Listen, it's not to negate anyone. It's not to negate anyone or any of those things. It's just let people enjoy what they enjoy. We don't have to hurt people to enjoy things.
Absolutely.
Somebody doesn't have to be the loser.
Exactly.
All right, so Krystina, I'll start off. I got a question for you. Now, are there any particular stories or characters from the High Republic that you're eager for fans to explore in 2024?
Oh, well, I guess since everybody knows that she's in it now, I feel like it'll be interesting to watch the development of Vernestra going into the Acolyte and these different things. And obviously, I'm very interested in the journey of one Jedi Master Keeve Trennis, who I think is exceptionally dope. And just, the hair in this era is chef's kiss. Shout out Arielle Anandito. Shout out all the artists. Shout out Kevin Scott. Like, I love y'all.
I love what they've been doing with those characters. I'm halfway through the current book that's out right now, and I keep forgetting the name of the book, but I'm just reading that, and my side eye is so hard on Markion right now. Just everything that he's doing.
Oh, you're talking about George Mann.
Yes.
Listen, here's the thing. Markion is such a compelling villain that you kind of are like, I know you've seen the chatter online where we say, I can fix him. Like, I can save him. But like, Eye of Darkness starts out in such a way, like, no spoilers, but that you're like, oh, he's the baddie. Like, he's the baddie. It's like, there's no question. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. However, I will say that I'm about his dating choices. So, it is what it is.
I mean, but that's also like that messed up right there. But, yeah.
Markion got him on demon time. I don't know what to tell you.
I do one thing, and I'll let you. Pete, I know Pete's going next, but I just want to say, I wonder if Markion were in the age of the Empire, would he be a rebel? Would he be against the Empire?
No. I don't.
I was thinking about that in my drive home from work last night. Like, I'm just like, you don't think so?
No, it's a very compelling question. But I think at the end of the day, like, he's not going to agree with the rebels because he's just, in a way, kind of contrarian by nature. And like, yes, he has these strong, stalwart principles that he believes that he has, but I don't know. Like, I just feel like he would be on the side of the Empire because all of the evidence to that point in his behavior and his execution of just mercilessness.
I can see that.
That answer your question? If I did not,
absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely. No. Absolutely.
I have to ask because Krystina, you know from the last time you hung out with us that I'm so far behind on High Republic that I haven't even started, and I
Yeah,
feel I know I need to get there. And honestly, it's like this weird sort of peer pressure I feel probably from the guy above me here on the screen.
peering at you right now. Yes.
Yeah, that guy. And you notice I'm being extra quiet right now for reasons.
But
No,
because we have a bunch of people watching who may or may not have gotten into it. First of all, how would you describe the High Republic as a series, and how would you recommend getting your feet wet with it and getting into it? Because everything I hear, I'm like, I need to find the time, I need to make this work, because it just sounds this Markion Row guy, I gotta find out more about him. So that's how out of it I am, Krystina. I know I sound like a 75. This Darth Vader guy sounds like a bad guy.
no. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
People are busy.
Mhm.
There's a lot of material, and it
Yes.
is very fast and furious. When the phase starts and the gates open, there's a lot. And the thing is, like, a lot of these pieces are made, so you do get a little bit of the fill-in points. But my personal recommendation,
Mm-hmm.
the middle grade novels kind of fill you in, and there's a lot of emotion in those.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about the High Republic is, like, a lot of people come in and they're like, oh, like, even seeing Young Jedi, they're like, younglings, let's set the stage. This is hundreds of years before the Skywalker saga.
Right.
This is another part of the story. This is history. Like, it's not going to change anything. It's just going to expound on what we already know.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity to just meet new characters, to establish new, just realms of possibility. Like, now think of all these callbacks you can do in later comics where you now have all this lore. Like, all of it is enriching the lore.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, they got cool Jedis. The Jedi are at their height. But there's also, like, the Nile, led by Markion Row, also known as, like, the Eye. And he's a really great villain. He's like, think Ben Barnes. Think Ben Barnes, but blue. And then you have, like, your Stellan Geos, who, again, Michael Heisman. I'm just going to put all these faces in here for you so that you can go ahead and realize that there's so much potential here, especially from my fangirls out there. There's a lot of potential here. Think of all these people. Oh my gosh. The High Republic is an opportunity for us to just explore a different part of the galaxy, learn new stories. You don't have to get into everything, but start. Get an audiobook. That's what I recommend, is like, get an audiobook on your drive. The audiobooks are fantastic. The narration, especially, like, you have to listen to Markion Row. Like, you have to, it's like you had to be there. Like, you need to get on the audiobook. You can listen to it while you're doing a jog. You can listen to it while you're walking a dog. You can listen to it while you're driving to work. You can listen to it while you're picking kids up from school. You know what? You can listen to it when you say, hey, I'm going to bed early, and you end up at 4:00 in the morning watching Housewives. Like, that can be your time to listen. Just saying.
I think you actually just nailed it for me, to look at it as almost like reading a history or gathering more information about a place that you love, but you can do it at your own pace. And I think actually there's probably an advantage to the fact that it isn't movies yet in any way, because there's not going to, like, the spoilers for books and comics are much slower. You have to look for those spoilers a little bit more than 5 minutes after Mandalorian season 3 episode 1 comes out. It's like, oh, all right, well, I don't have to watch it now because everybody just posted pictures. So I like that.
I've seen the entire season in a thread.
That's right. Exactly. I love that as an approach. Thank you. That actually helps me and makes me feel much better about it. I feel like I can go at it. I can go do it.
That's the thing. Don't pressure yourself. It's not a competition. It's not a race. Like, if it's for your enjoyment, do it for your enjoyment at your leisure. Like, there's no pressure. The only pressure we feel is because there's this, like, competition to be the greatest Star Wars fan with the most knowledge in all of the lore. And it's like, bro, relax. We all got lives.
Okay. So do you hear that, Chris? It's not a competition, nor
Shut
is
up,
it
Nick. Read a comic book.
nor is it an opportunity for you to judge me or Pete. That's really what Krystina is trying to say here. She's on our
I'm
side.
not asking Chris to go off brand. I'm just saying we're going to respect each other's. It starts right here, Chris. It starts right here.
That's right.
We don't have to pressure. We can disagree and be like, you know what? You do you. Get to it when you get to it. But in this moment, I will explain it to you and help you get there.
Right. Yeah. I don't pressure them. I side eye them. You know, like,
And I'm fully willing to step up and say, hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. So we're going to go with that. But Krystina, I do want to ask you this. You are, and we've said this every time you've been on with us, we're so thankful that you are always willing to come on and hang out with us. You are us. You are a fan. You get to do High Republic show. You get to be involved in Kenobi. You get to be involved as characters in some of these products, all these things. You connect with the fans. You interact on social media. And I know that, you know, from the conversations we've had in the past, part of that for you comes from, you know, we're your people and you're us, and you're just a fan who got the opportunity to do this other new thing. My question for you is fan interaction in Star Wars. How important is that, not only for fans to interact with each other, but for creators to have the opportunity to connect with the people who consume all this content? Like, how do you see the role of fan interaction and the success of Star Wars, certainly in the world we live in with social media, but, you know, as we're heading into a year full of all kinds of new exciting stuff, like, where does that fall for you?
I think it's extremely important because when you look at an event like Star Wars Celebration, or you look online, and it's like, for me, speaking for the High Republic fandom, my interaction with the people that love it as much as we do is extremely important. Like, we're getting to meet these people, and it's not just limited to the people we bump into at a Barnes and Noble who pick up the same book and you go, like, you have the
Right.
internet, you have people from all corners of the world. They're falling in love with this thing. Like, I remember last year for my birthday, like, they got together and there was like somebody from France. Like, there's people all over the world that are into these things, and we have this opportunity to connect over something that we all love. And like, that's a great thing. Like, just to have somebody with that commonality. And I've made a lot of great friends through the internet. I mean, I err on the side of like not being a jerk. I think the thing is like remembering that, how do I say this in the most, access is not permission to be an asshole.
Correct. 100%.
And so I think it's being respectful of the fact, it's, if you write something negative under a person who plays a person that you like, and you write this negative comment, that person still has to see that comment that's there.
Right.
Like, and I understand some people are like, oh, well, I'm going to get more of a reaction. Like, I can always walk it back and be like, oh, sorry, like, that's not necessarily what I meant, but I've got your attention. It's like, you can lead with kindness. You can just be like, hey, like, we love this thing. Like, I'm a constant internet lurker. So, like, I'm on Tumblr, I'm on all the things, like, just talking to people because, like, who am I? I'm very fortunate. I love what I do, but I'm not like a Rosario Dawson. Like, I'm just like a lady doing the stuff that she likes. And like, for me, like, every time I walk into a room, I'm still like, whoa, like, this is wild. And it's not just like being at and doing an interview. It's meeting people and they come up and they're like, hey, Krystina, I'm at so and so and so and so. And I'm like, like, once it clicks and I'm like, well, they say, hey, my name is like Sophie, and it's like, oh, what's your Twitter handle? And they're like, oh, it's this.
Exactly.
And it's great. And like, I do have a lot of like friendships I hold very dear that have the foundation of Star Wars, and that it has brought so many important people into my life. And I think that you see that with Amon and Sandi, like, being so interactive, like, they're engaging, they're talking, and like appreciating the fan art. Like, it's a mutual appreciation is what it turns into. It's this, like, I appreciate your art, thank you for your time, those different things. Like, people just want to feel seen and heard, and we have that opportunity with the internet to use that as a positive vessel, to be like, I enjoy this art changed me, this whatever, have a great day, just something like we can reach all corners of the world at any time of the night or day. Like, why not use that to find something you love and that you care about, or meet someone that you care about?
Well, it's been such a special thing to watch. And certainly, like I said, you've been great friends to us over the last several years. And the little connecting moments, little things to me, we had, you know, during Celebration London, I didn't get to go, but I had a bunch of the live streams up on the big main TV in the middle of my house. And like, my girls are coming through the house going, Dad, isn't that your friend? Like, don't you know her? And I'm like, that's Krystina. Like, yes. and it gives us that vision and that insight into something I didn't get to go to and attend, but I see my friend on screen having those experiences, watching the videos when you're meeting, Ewan, when you're in the Kenobi show, when you're doing these different things, like you really are, the opportunity that all of us are excited for and get to watch and be a passenger, because you take us along with you. And that is so important to us as fans, to get the opportunity to be like, yeah, that's my friend, and she was in Kenobi, and she gets to host these cool things. And it's exciting because we're like, yeah, we're there. You're taking us with you. And that just, again, it expands the circles, as I guess, I like to say or think about it as. So that's a way of me saying thank you for always being awesome. Thank you for always hanging out, coming on this show, being with us. It means a lot, not only to us as fans, but everybody else that I know feels the same way.
You guys sent me something for Christmas. Like, that's nice. Like, it was the stickers. And then I saw the stickers on the commercial right before I came up, and I was like, I've got those in my house. Aw, man.
That's right.
Like, thanks. Like, I appreciate it.
We
You
feel
guys,
like you're one of us, and you're our friend, and we love you for that.
Oh, I appreciate you guys. Like, it was, I always think it's cool when people care about anything I do, because I'm always like, if you having kids is very humbling. Because it's like you can go and you can do this glamorous thing, and then you're gonna go home and someone's shoving a bottle in your face going, milk please.
Yep.
So I mean, like, listen, I've been up since 5 doing like school drop off and all that kind of stuff, and then meetings, and like, but I've been looking forward to getting to this part of the day and getting to hang out with adults that don't live in my house, that are my friends. I like getting to do this, and I like getting to see the comments and watch the people that are excited about it. And I don't know, I think there's a lot of good that we can do, and sometimes that starts with showing up.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, we want to thank you for showing up. This is our first show in this format, and we're going to be featuring special guests, but it's going to be hard to top Krystina Arielle. Krystina, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you for all you do, echoing everything that Nick and Chris have said as far as being a friend of the fandom. It means so much, and thank you so much for being with us, and hopefully we will speak to you again very soon.
Or will you?
Well, Lloyd, take us out to our next break. Thank you so much, Krystina. Thank you to everybody hanging out with us, and we'll be back in just a minute with more ATG Live.